Hey everybody, it's Jordan from Don't Buy the Hype here with a quick preview of tonight's national championship game between the Kentucky Wildcats and the Kansas Jayhawks. Let's get right to it, guys. Obviously, if you read the newspaper, watch sports television, whatever, especially ESPN over the last 2 days, 99% of the country has already handed the Kentucky Wildcats the national championship. It's the prevailing thought is that there's no way Kansas has a chance. Kentucky's far better. They're going to win by double digits. It's already done. Let's go ahead and hand them the trophy. Now, I do agree with the fact that Kentucky is the best team in the country. I've said that throughout the season. Obviously, if you check my bracket, I did pick Kentucky to win the national championship because I do think they are the best team. However, the fact that the game has already been played, once this year has shown, that Kentucky obviously is the better team. But in retrospect, this is a one-game playoff for a national championship, and to just dismiss the Kansas Jayhawks, as good as they are, would be stupid for anyone to do. Now, in terms of previewing the game tonight, to me the biggest matchup is going to be inside. It's going to be Thomas Robinson versus Anthony Davis. For me, obviously I think Davis is the best player in the country, certainly the best big man in the country, but Thomas Robinson is not scared. There's certainly, not a scared bone about him. I would like to see how Kansas does it on the inside versus Davis tonight. Are they able to get shots off? Are they able to get good looks? Can they finish those around the bucket? Because obviously Davis is probably the biggest shot changer that we've had in the college game in a long time. Is Robinson going to play scared? I don't think so at all. I really don't see Jeff Withey having a big game. He may, score a bucket here or there. I don't think he will have a big impact on the game, but I would like to see, is Robinson going to go after Davis? If he does, can he get Davis in foul trouble? Obviously, these two teams played back in November. Kentucky did win 75-65, and Thomas Robinson did have a double-double, but he fouled out in that game. Can he take the game to Davis? And maybe Davis is foul trouble. Maybe Davis has to play limited minutes tonight. That's going to be huge for Kansas if they can do that. The other matchup is going to be for the Kansas guards. Can they stop penetration and keep the guards from the paint? If the guards for Kentucky get in the paint, it's over. I'll say that. If they're not able to stop the penetration of the Kentucky guards, either they're going to kick it out for wide open threes and hit that, or they're just going to dump it down to the big men, and you either force Robinson and Withey to foul, or giving up easy layups and easy dunks. So, for me, those are going to be the biggest matchups, is the Robinson and how he plays on the interior on offense versus Anthony Davis, and then also how the Kansas guards defend the dribble penetration. To me, those are the two biggest things. If Kansas is to win, they'll have to put check marks in both of those boxes and saying they did that. If you look at it in a one-game scenario like we are playing, obviously Kansas does have a chance. I think that there's a decent shot of Kansas winning. Now, Kentucky is the better team. If this were a 7-game series like it is in the NBA Finals, I think Kentucky wins it in 5 or 6 at the most. Probably I would, if I had to pick it that way, I'd say Kentucky in 5. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. Kentucky, obviously, I do think is going to win the game, but don't discount Kansas and the team that they have. They have a great squad this year, a squad that in most years would win a national championship. But I really think that this Kentucky team, especially if they win tonight and do it convincingly, you're looking at probably in the last 25 years, being one of the 2 or 3 best college basketball teams in the last 25 years. I'd put them right up there with the North Carolina team from a few years back that beat Illinois that was so excellent, and then probably the 1990 UNLV team that just ran through everyone. Those are probably the two that come to the top of my mind, the best national champions in the last 25 years. If Kentucky wins handily tonight, I think you'll see that. Now, to the pick, that's what everyone wants to know. What am I picking? Who do I think is going to win? Obviously, I do think Kentucky is going to win. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. I like Kansas. If Kansas can keep the game close, in the first half, they're going to make that second half run like they always do. I think this is going to be a ball game, even down to the under 4 timeout. Whoever wins those last 4 minutes is going to win the game. I just think Kentucky defends so well inside and out that I just think they're going to be a little too much for Kansas to handle. So, they may make the spread a little bit greater on free throws at the end of the game, but give me Kentucky 71, Kansas 64. That's my final pick. Tomorrow you can look for me again. I'll be dissecting the Ubaldo Jimenez and Troy Tulowitzki incident from yesterday in spring training. But tonight, sit back, relax, enjoy a great national championship game. I think this is going to be an excellent ball game. So it's certainly must-see TV. But again, Kentucky 71, Kansas 64. Don't buy the